Where there is incredible light, there is also incredible darkness. This is one of the principles of our reality and universe existence, at least at this time. The law of polarity, or principle of polarity. And duality, you can see this in everything, and that's why there's always two sides, right? But when you're able to be in the higher consciousness, where we'll call it your higher self, is connected with the all, that is, you're able to see that there is no two, there's many. And many is what makes a species survive. It's through the diversity that is the strength, because you find what works and what doesn't work. And when you have a society that is based in consumption, which is, of course, the capitalism that we exist in, but we'll call it consumerism. Every single thing in our existence, especially through the medias, or, frankly, anywhere that you go in this strange society that we have found ourselves in, it's all geared to selling you something, making sure to keep you entertained, keep you enthralled into the medias, because the more time that you spend in your attention onto these platforms, the more you're able to be fed all different kinds of things of what you would like to consume, or you are led to believe you need to consume. And this is a self-defeating system. The species will not survive. So how do we fix all of this? Because every which way you look, there is something to work on, something to go to war with, something to be angry with, right? Every single person is affected in this. So how do you choose your battles out of the seemingly billions there are to fight? Well, you don't. First, you have to touch your true self. You have to enter into that through the heart. And that only comes through silence. This doesn't mean being passive by any means. But when we're able to connect in that higher energetic level of this quantum reality that we exist in, we can connect with others. And where there are some, there are many. And where there are many with a new vision, there can be great change for the better. I don't know, and I don't understand. I have struggled with this my entire life because I grew up in a system, the dysfunctional family system, for better words, that there was a lot of suppression and oppression. Every single thing that I was interested in or liked, my mother was the one that would take it away. If I showed any sort of joy, she would rip it right out from me. And it wasn't necessarily because she wanted to hurt me. It was her own repressed hatred towards herself for however she grew up. And I've been tracing different patterns over time, and there is something in certain European, I don't know why that sounds weird, lineages, that there's an evil that is so pervasive and so malevolent and so malignant, it has grown and spread. And it's just take, right? This world is ours and we have to just beat it into submission. Where did that come from? Where did that come from? Now I can talk about the chakra system, because maybe that's one of the ways that we can see this, at least for some of you to understand some of this. With our 7 chakras all meeting at the heart. We have our root chakra, which is our stability, our safety, feeling secure. Our sacral chakra, which is our sexual center. It's also our creative center. We have the solar plexus, which is our power, our confidence, our inner sun. Now these lower 3 chakras are connected with this earth plane, the material plane. And then I'm going to move past the heart for a moment, but I'm going to jump into the throat where we speak. And this can easily get blocked because we're shut down. Our emotions are not to be honored. Stop crying, quit being a sissy, quit being whatever. People are terrified of emotions because they're strong. They make you feel. Then we move up into the third eye, which is how we see. You have optical receptors inside of your frickin' brain. How do you see your dreams? How do you see and imagine other things? Where do those thoughts even come from? That's one of your antennae into, we'll call it the divine. Now we have our crown chakra, which is connected directly with your higher self and with the energy of the all that is. And when those three divine spiritual chakras are in alignment into that heart, where those lower three chakras also connect into the heart, because that's the center of us, that creates a massive electromagnetic field that your heart's already reading your environment way before it even hits your head. This is what we need to lead our lives. Not without being able to use this. This is one of our tools, and it's a great tool, and many of you have a wonderful brain in there. But there's also many that have no idea how to even use that function inside of the human body, as evidenced by many of the horrid things that you see. If things are meant to control you, then they're not okay. But first, you have to be able to take responsibility for your own self and also hold yourself accountable and be honest with yourself over how you're interacting with this world. There is a lot of work to be done for the vast majority of humans. It's not impossible by any means, because we are many, but there are also a lot of humans here that are not quite a part of the whole individualized process. Not saying there's less than. Those NPC programs are strong and they serve a purpose. But those are ones that you are able to also sway with the individuated consciousness. Through the individuated consciousness, though, is how we connect with others in the similar vibrational patterns, because it is through this driving of the human consciousness that we're able to enlighten and help others start to see their own truth. How do you affect a great change? Start with you. That's all we need to do. It is way more simple, but the distractions are so strong. So first of all, the only thing you need to focus on, because I know you're afraid, I know you're feeling anxiety. I can feel it too. One, from the world, and two, just from the people around. If you have any sort of gift of empathy or being an empath, then you're picking up all of this stuff. You have to learn how to maintain your groundedness through your own chakra centers. But first, just start right here in the heart and just breathe into the silence and sit with yourself every single day, just for a few moments. You give the rest of the world all of your time and attention and energy. Don't feel ashamed to give your own self some time and attention and energy. That's where we need this, because it's through that self is how we all experience the highest self. And we'll get there, perhaps this time. I am Dawn in this lifetime, the 13th Mystic, and I wish you a most wonderful, heart-filled, and silent day.